There have been times in our history, in moments of fear, when we have failed to uphold our highest ideals, and it has been to our lasting regret. We must uphold our ideals now. Each of us, all of us. Must show that America is strengthened by people of every faith and every background. Related to this, I want to note that under President Hollande, France plans to welcome 30,000 additional Syrian refugees over the next 2 years. Here in the United States, refugees coming to America go through up to 2 years of intense security checks, including biometric screening. Nobody who sets foot in America goes through more screening than refugees. And we're prepared to share these tools with France and our European partners. As François has said, our humanitarian duty to help desperate. Refugees and our duty to our security, those duties go hand in hand. On the Statue of Liberty, a gift from the people of France, there are words we know so well. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free. That's the spirit that makes us American. That's the spirit that binds us to France. That's the spirit we need today. In closing, I want to salute the people of Paris for showing the world how to stay strong in the face of terrorism. Even as they grieve, Parisians have begun returning to their cafes, riding the metro. And going to stadiums to cheer for their teams. Crowds gather in the Place de la République. Including a mother who brought her children, she said, to let them see that we should not be afraid. As one Parisian said, Paris will always be Paris. And next week, I will be joining President Hollande and world leaders in Paris for the Global Climate Conference. What a powerful rebuke to the terrorists it will be when the world stands as one and shows that we will not be deterred from building a better future for our children. So, President Hollande, my fellow Americans, let's remember. We've faced greater threats to our way of life before. Fascism. Communism. A First World War. A Second. A long Cold War. Each and every time. We prevailed. We have prevailed because our way of life is stronger. Because we stay united. Because even as we are relentless in the face of evil, we draw on what's best in ourselves and in the character. Of our countries. It will be no different this time. Make no mistake, we will win, and groups like ISIL will lose. And standing with allies like France, we will continue to show the world the best of American leadership. Vive la France! And God bless the United States of America. Mr. President. President Hollande, as interpreted. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me, first and foremost, to thank the President of the United States, Barack Obama. For the solidarity he has shown immediately as we found out about the terror attacks. He was the first. One to call me. It was very late in France, 2 a.m., when Barack called the President of the United States. I would like to express his solidarity towards France, his emotion, his compassion against the horror. And on that night, he meant to tell me that the United States stood by France. That the help that could be provided to France would have no limits. And that we had a duty, a joint duty, to pull our forces together and fight terrorism. I do not forget, either, all of the messages that the American people sent to the French people over the past few days, the French colors. The French flags all around in many gatherings. These candles in places that represent France here in the United States, La Marseillaise, our national anthem, sung in official ceremonies. It is true that in 9/11, we all felt Americans. But after the 13th of November, Americans felt French. Our two peoples, together, merged as one. Sharing the same emotion and also the same willingness to fight for freedom, to stand for our values. We are not two similar peoples. We each have our own history. We have our own culture, our own background. But we share the same trust, the same faith in freedom. It is France that came under attack on the 13th of November. France, for what it is, a country which we consider unique in the world because France speaks to the world. France came under attack for what it represents, for what it stands for. For its culture, our way of living, as well as our values, our principles. but by targeting France, the terrorists, the cowardly murderers. We're targeting the world in these restaurants, in these cafes, as well as the Bataclan, that concert venue. They were men and women, most of them young, who came from 20 countries. At least. And they shared the same passion for life. And that's the reason why they were murdered. My thoughts are with the friends and family of a young American student. Nohemi Gonzalez, who came as well to share a moment of culture and joy. My thoughts also go to this American band that was playing at the Bataclan. Our cultures on that occasion were together to bring the same enthusiasm, and they were hit by terrorists. We are facing a terror group which organizes itself on territory. They have some substantial resources. They're thriving on smuggling of oil, drug, human beings. And since the beginning of the year, they hit many countries: Denmark, Tunisia. Lebanon, Kuwait, Turkey, Egypt, as well as Russia, by taking down a Russian plane. So, together with President Obama, today we wanted, on the occasion of that meeting, first of all, to share our determination, relentless determination to fight terrorism everywhere and anywhere. We also meant to tell the world that we will not allow those who want to destroy what we built. We will not allow them to do it, to destroy what we built, generation after generation. They will not be able to damage the world. And against Daesh, we need a joint response, An implacable joint response. France and the United States stand together to bring that joint response. Militarily, it is about destroying Daesh no matter where they are. It is about taking out their financing, hunting down their leaders. Dismantling their networks, and taking back the land they currently control. We, therefore, decided, President Obama and myself, to scale up our strikes both in Syria and in Iraq. To broaden our scope, to strengthen our intelligence sharing regarding the targets we must aim at. The priority is to take back key locations in the hands of Daesh in Syria. It is also a matter of urgency to close the border between Turkey and Syria. And prevent terrorists from crossing the border and coming to Europe or other places and undertake such terrible attacks. We also took the decision to work together with our partners of the coalition in Iraq. And to support all of those who are fighting Daesh on the ground. The aim is to make sure that these forces can be supported. Helped by all countries that are willing to act militarily to destroy Daesh. The resolution of the Security Council that was voted unanimously Friday. After being introduced by France and supported by the United States, this resolution provides us with the clear basis to act. This is what France is currently doing. Our aircraft carrier, the Charles de Gaulle, is currently in the east of Mediterranean, and allows us to enjoy more capability. Yesterday, for the sixth time after the terror attacks in Paris, we struck Raqqa. In addition, we've been providing some assistance to Iraqi fighters in the region of Ramadi and in Mosul. Within the framework of the coalition. Now, diplomatically, both President Obama and myself have strengthened our cooperation as early as the night after the attacks. And I would like to commend everything that is being done so that intelligence and information available can be used to tackle terrorists and to follow their movements, so that we prevent them from doing what they want to. Because beyond Syria and Iraq, what they want is somehow to spread fear everywhere so that we doubt. So that we make decisions which are exactly contrary to what we want in terms of freedom and rights. But we will not give in. That being said, we have to defend ourselves and use intelligence. Diplomatically, we're working on a credible political transition in Syria within the framework of the Vienna process. And I commend the work done by Ministers Fabius and Kerry to agree a timeline that will enable a ceasefire. Of course, as quickly as possible, and to open up to a process that will lead to Bashar al-Assad's departure. Because we cannot imagine the Syrians getting together. Gathering around the leader who is responsible for the most of 300,000 dead in a few years. So a government of unity is required, but that must lead to Assad's departure. The Syrian crisis is directly relevant to Europe, first of all, given the terrorist threat. But also because there are millions of refugees fleeing the regime's bombs and Daesh atrocities. If we were to abandon them, we would betray what we are. This is the reason why I reject identifying migration and terrorism.